This is my F-150 Tremor. It's a 2025, and it came with something that I really didn't want on there, and you can't really just remove it because it's going to set a code. And what I'm talking about is these active grill shutters. And what they do is they restrict airflow to the radiator, and if you have a 3.5 EcoBoost or any of the turbocharged F-150s, they restrict airflow to the intercooler as well. Now, if you know anything about turbocharged engines, you want as much cold dense air to that intercooler as you can get to supply the turbos with. So here's what you got to do to remove them. If you go ahead and remove all of them, it's going to set a code. So what you got to look for is, now on the bottom, on the intercooler one, this one was on the bottom on the drive side. This is where the drive motor is, and there's a shaft with splines on it. It's got a little tab, and that tab limits it out, so it knows where to start and where to stop, so it knows its orientation, if it's fully opening and fully closing. If you just go ahead and remove that one completely, it's going to set a code. So you got to cut the section off. Now what I did is I left a piece on here, so if I wanted to take this out I can, but you could technically just cut this off so it's just the shaft part of it and shove it in there with some silicone like I did. But I left just a little piece on there about 3/4 of an inch long, so that way if I ever wanted to remove this, it's just a little bit easier. So now on the top ones for the radiator, your top one is going to be your drive one. And so what I did is I didn't want to take out all of them because, you know, down here it still gets cold in December and January, and I mean not like real cold, but like in the mid 30s for a couple of days here and there, but otherwise for the most part it's in the high 70s to 90s. So I wanted a little bit of restriction, but for the most part I got about 6 to 8 inches of opening here to this radiator, which has greatly increased the airflow, and I ain't setting no codes. So what you gotta do to get these out up here is bend them down with one hand, and then on the other side, on this outside edge here, pull in and pop it out. And then you get this drive assembly in here with these pins or tabs. You can spread that apart and then pop your fin out. And what I'm talking about is, you can see how it's got these little tabs on there. You just got to spread it apart to pop that out. But I took 4 of them out total, 2 on this side, 2 on that side, and then I just took the intercooler fins completely out, cut off a section of the fin with the shaft on there goes into the drive motor, and then shoved it back in there so it didn't set a code. Now it did it first, and so I put this back in there with some silicone, and check engine light went away. But that's how you remove your grill shutters.